Hello, hello, hello. Now we're into the playoffs of Group E. We already know of all the teams going through Phase 1 and 2 automatically, but now we need to get that last fifth team. Who will it be? I don't know. Let's look at the matchups real quick. We have Central Córdoba versus Gimnasia, Leyland Orient versus Stockport, Colorado versus Reading, and Gençler Birliği versus Clermont. So only one of these teams will be able to advance to the final and be that fifth team to qualify into Phase 2. Everyone else, eliminated. Let's go straight into it because we already know the gist of it. We've already done this like 4 times. So let's see. So Central Cordoba facing off against Gimnasia. Who's gonna win? A big result for Central Cordoba. As people like Varaldo, Tijanovic, and Tijanovic at the brace. Torrejon makes it close for 2-1, but Varaldo makes the result very much in favor of Central Cordoba. So good result for them. Next game, we have Leyland Orient versus Stockport. Two League One sides, only one can escape. Oh, you see what I did there? Never mind, my bad. So, Leyland versus Stockport, who we got winning? It's a tie. Coroma gets a goal, as well as does Olafoe. Both strikers of both teams, as the result is now a tie. But it's going now to Stockport Stadium, which is going to be a benefit to them. Colorado, a team that had been shit the whole fucking tournament, out of nowhere just decided to fucking start like pounding everybody. They were able to build their ways to this phase. Now, here's the bad thing now. That form, it's done. Like now we're going to this is a whole new playoff tournament. So they have to can they keep it up? And they're gonna be able to keep up with the guy who got first place. So, by the way, let's look at how that looks right now, because if you look at top scorers, I forgot to give the people their fucking flowers. Because in first place, Keane. The Irishman Keane is the guy who gets first place for his side. York gets second place for Brestois, and Morales gets third place for Levante. So looking at that, it looks fearsome for them. But can they do it? Can there be an upset here from Reading, or can Colorado keep up their amazing form they took into the end of the league phase? Oh my god. No, they were not able to bring it back with them, bro. Oh my god. Doyle, O'Connor, and Kirewa. You know what, Colorado? It's your own fault. Literally, had you won 2 more games, you'd be in the top 8. So, you don't have yourselves to blame. Gençler Birliği versus Clermont. I'm kind of going for Gençler Birliği. I feel bad that they weren't able to make the top, but I think they have a chance here, maybe? They lost against Gastien scores a goal, the CDM. So they're heading into the second leg, but being behind by a goal. Well, let's see. Gimnasia versus Central Córdoba. Let's see this right away. No, get this shit. Alright. Gimnasia versus Central Córdoba. Let's see who wins this one. Central Córdoba are winning by 2 goals. Can Gimnasia turn it around? No. Central Córdoba do win by 1 goal, and that means they are advancing to the semifinal of the playoff, which means Gimnasia, thank you for participating, but you have been eliminated. It sucks because they had a really good squad too. They did really good for what they had achieved. Stockport versus Leyland Orient. First game ended 1-1. Can either of these sides prove to make the difference, or is they gonna have to go to penalties? Let's see. 2-1. A victory for Leyland Orient with Forrester. It went 0-0. We went to extra time. Mother Sile scores a goal. Forrester, the center back, scores a goal to like equal the playing field, and then 5 minutes later, at the first half, at the very beginning of the second half of extra time, Connolly gets the victory goal. So Leyland Orient will be advancing to the semifinals against Central Córdoba. Fair enough. Fair fucking enough. Stockport, you were a good side. You caused a few upsets, but unfortunately, you have been eliminated. This one's crazy to me. Reading, surrounded by the skin of their teeth, are here, and they are winning 3-0 to Colorado. And Colorado had been on such amazing form heading into the final match day. But it seems like it's going to come to a waste, as there's literally no way they can catch up. They try, but ultimately it's not enough, as Rafael Navarro and Ronan do their best, but Lane scores to make it a 4-2 aggregate win for Reading. So congratulations, Reading. You're now advancing further beyond, which is surprising considering how bad you guys were. And Colorado, I'm sorry, but you have been eliminated. They did prove me wrong a little bit, though. I was saying they were going to get like 19th place secured. So the fact that they got to this playoff in the first place is outstanding. Clermont versus Gençler Birliği. Can Clermont do the upset here? Because Gençler Birliği were really good too. They were literally a win away from getting top 8. So, are they going to be able to do something? They do! Gençler Birliği find it in themselves to score 3 goals from Pereira Traore. Traore with the brace. Wow. Wow. So Gençler Birliği will be going to the semifinals against Reading. I think this is the first time in these playoffs where a team was able to like perform such a rapid turnaround. So congratulations, Gençler Birliği. You are now heading to the semifinals. All right. Let's see this next match day. Central Córdoba versus Leyton Orient. I don't know. This sounds like it's going to be a close one. Oh, Marchi did get a red card, though. That's bad for them. But Santos with a late goal gives them a 1-goal lead ahead of Leyton Orient. Well done. Well done for Central Córdoba. Now we have Reading versus Gençler Birliği. Who's going to win this one? We have the highest goal scorer of the league phase playing in this game, so let's see if it helps them out against the Turkish side. It doesn't, as Henry Onyekuru scores a goal as he comes on for the injured Traore, so that's going to be really bad for Traore. So he's not going to be available for any matches, even if they get to the final. Damn, that's a huge loss for the Turkish side. Well, let's see. There's only 1-0 victories, though, so it's nothing to scoff at. Marchi, the left back, he has to come off for this Quiroga guy because he's the only left back acquisition they can put there. All right, Leyton Orient versus Central Córdoba. Can Leyton Orient turn it around for themselves? No, they can't. Santos scores again to make it 2-0, as Welland scores to try and bring it back to him, but it's unfortunate as Leyton Orient they're not able to close the gap, and they are eliminated. Congratulations to Central Córdoba, though, for actually making the final. It's kind of quiet here. Oh, video's already over. Damn. I've been at it for a while then, huh? Well, let's just go here for now. Welland. So, sorry, Leyton Orient, you have been eliminated. Central Córdoba now make the final. And now we're going to Gençler Birliği versus Reading. They are missing their left winger in Traore. Onyekuru is a starter. And now they're going to have to bring in as a backup. My bad, sorry. Mimaroglu. So let's see if that's a disadvantage in any way. Hopefully not. Gençler Birliği versus Reading. Who's going to win it? Oh, hey! And it is Gençler Birliği. But again, at what cost? They lose Varesanovic in the late stages of the game. Kelvin and Etebo are the goal scorers to get the victory. As Keane gets a goal to put it close, but unfortunately it's not enough as Reading are now officially eliminated, while Gençler Birliği advance to the final. Very hampered though. They're missing Traore and now they're missing Varesanovic. So here we go. The final here, baby. Let's see, fix the problem, because Varesanovic, you're out. I mean, Chanak, you have to come in. With Onu, no, there's a different guy. Yeah, this guy, Gurpush. He's the backup. All right, so this is the team that's going to have to play and defeat Central Córdoba if they want to make it to phase 2. But here we are. After 38 match days, a few games of playoffs, we have Central Córdoba from Argentina facing off against Ankara Gençler Birliği from Turkey. Who's gonna win this one? Honestly, I want Gençler Birliği to win. I think it'd be awesome to see an 8th place team or a 9th place team go through, because they really do deserve to be in top 8. It's just unfortunate a few results that didn't lead them to gain that result that they wanted. But I am rooting for them. Wait, does Central Córdoba have their guy back, left back? No, he's still out. That's a bad loss for them. But is it gonna matter? Let's see. Can Central Córdoba win, or Gençler Birliği move on to the final? Move on to phase 2. 3, 2, 1. And it is Gençler Birliği! They do it. 2 absentees in Traore and Varsanovic, and yet goals from both Koita and Delebashiru. See them go to the. They did it. They did it. Phase 2. 2 Turkish teams have now beat the playoff system. Both Kayserispor and Gençler Birliği Spor Kulübü. Wow. Wow. So we're going down here. Gençler Birliği. Copy your fucking shit. Wow. So the official players to advance to the next phases are Sevilla, Brest, Levante, Victoria Pilseni, Kasimpasa, QPR, Giştepe, Spezia, and Gençler Birliği will all be advancing now with teams. Oh my fucking god, I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. With Colorado Rapids, Clermont, Central Cordoba, Leyton Orient, Stockport, Gimnasia, Reading, Al Najma, Fredericia, Northampton, and Chami Rovers have all been eliminated. Wow, bro. Wow, and then you look at the top scorers, bro. Again, this is so crazy because you look at all this. And there's not even no Gençler Birliği players up here. The only one who's closest is Koita. And he's the winner. He's the guy who scored the winning goal. Wow. Outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. Congratulations to Gençler Birliği. They did it. They are champions. And they will advance to the next round. Amazing. Now let's look at the... So that's done. Group E is now officially over with. We now have to focus our efforts on Group F, which does consist of, let's go over these teams, Real Sociedad. Real Sociedad from Spain with amazing players like Mikel Oyarzabal, Takefusa Kubo. They have their goalkeeper Ramiro, Oyarzabal, no, I already said that, Odriozola, that's what I meant to say. Brais Mendes. They have such a good crop of players. So yes, I'm very excited to start playing with them, to see them in this tournament. Grenoble Foot, second division French side. Not many players I know about on that team. Newcastle, Premier League side Newcastle. Guatemala, Wisa, Bruno Guimaraes, Tonali, Dan Burn, Nick Pope, Kieran Trippier, Livramento. I'm trying to think of Willock, Jacob Murphy. So many good players in that team. And Damak, a decent Saudi side. Well, Phoenix, our first Australian team, based in New Zealand. I don't know how well they'll do. Real Salt Lake, another MLS team to be in this one. Mines, a few good players in the squad, but the best player that I've done recent years that I can think of, Burkhardt, he's now no longer there. He's now at Eintracht Frankfurt. So let's see how well they do. I know they still have Jungun Lee. Charlotte FC, they still have Wilfred Zaha. They still have that, I forgot the name of the kid. He scored a hat trick against Inter Miami this last season. He's really good. Galatasaray, don't even need to say, Leroy Sané, Victor Osimhen, İlkay Gundogan. They have so many good players in their squad. Bardakci, really good. Stoke City, a very solid championship side who's possibly going to get in the Premier League maybe this at the end of the season in real life. Oldham Athletic, don't really know much about them. Paris FC, they just signed Ciro Immobile. That's all I really know about them so far. Leipzig, huge team Leipzig. Viborg in Denmark. Portsmouth, Hartberg. These are like the more mediocre teams right here. Viborg, Portsmouth, Hartberg. As well. Brann are a really good Norwegian side. I think they have Carl's back, and he usually makes the Norwegian team every international break. Bayern fucking Munich. Lanús, like this is gonna be a crazy game, bro. This is gonna be a great group. This is gonna be a group where we're gonna have fucking bangers. So be excited because we're about to see some fucking crazy shit. But I will get this set up and I'll see you guys in Group F whenever it's ready. Bye bye now.